Okay, well, yesterday I thought was a full moon. Turns out tonight's the full moon. Go figure. But I did contact Canon because when I had the 2X and the 1.4 and the 400 millimeter connected, I noticed when I loaded the photos into my photo editing program, it said 800 millimeter. I was like, well, that's not right. I mean, if I got a 400 mil lens with a 2X, that brings it to 8. 1.4, what is that? 12, 1250, 1150. It brings it up, right? Well, Canon got back to me, and they told me people are using the setup. They don't advise it, and they said that it will never show up in your program as 1200 or whatever. It will always say 800. Okay. Which I thought was kind of lousy. You'd think, you made this stuff, it would do that. But all right, anyways, I thought I'd come outside today, and I took some photos, and I took some photos of it being 2x with the 400, which would make it 800 millimeter, and I could see on my view screen how far the moon was, and then I added the 1.4, and it brought it right in. And I set my camera here, and I'll have a bunch of pictures at the end with the settings, but I lowered this down to a 50 ISO, and if you're not sure how to do that, I'll throw in a video here really quick that shows you how to do it, or actually I'll have a link to it if you want to go check it out. So you can set your EOS R to 50 ISO if you want. Well, I thought I'd play with that a bit. Now they say don't do that, and I thought, okay, fine. I did get some clear skies. I did get some really clear photos. I had to wait in between the clouds. So I literally got a burst of clouds. I'd have to sit and wait 20 minutes, half an hour, and then the moon would come clear with no clouds, and then I'd get a bunch of pictures, and then the clouds would come in again, and that's what I keep looking at. And they keep doing that. So the question is, would I run the 2X and the 1.4? I mean, since I've been playing around with them, I mean, I never thought I ever would. I was, the video I made, it shows you can do it. I was kind of joking around with it. But since I've been playing around with it tonight and yesterday and getting used to it, I kind of like it. I mean, on a really, really bright day, because you do lose, stops of light. But on a really bright day, if I was sitting like on the edge of a field and I really needed that extra reach to get some photos of some deer or something like that, I definitely would do it. Now, you have to understand, you're not going to handheld and hold this. I mean, it is extremely all over the place. You do need a tripod. And how I've been taking the pictures is on screen. You touch the screen and it takes your picture. That's how I've been doing it. But everybody says the pictures are not clear. I don't know. From what I'm seeing here on the back of my camera, I'll have to wait till I get it and edit. The moon looks good tonight. It looks like I got some awesome photos. Yesterday, not so good. You want to see that video, you can check it out. I'll have a link to it. Boy, that was lousy. But, I mean, this turned out to be pretty good tonight. I mean, it really did. And I really got the hang of it. I think I was trying to do too much yesterday. I was trying to run 1.4, 2X, and I think I was just trying to run too much. Where this, I just ran the entire setup and took some photos to take a look and see what's going on, but it looks really, really clear. So if you're debating on running the 2X teleconverter, the 1.4 teleconverter, or the, what is it called? The extension tube, the EF12-2. Because in order to connect this setup, you have to run the 1.4 first, then you run the extension tube, the EF12, then you run the 2X, then the 400 millimeter. And you have to run the extension tube from Canon. I tried using another extension tube that I bought cheap off eBay, for like $7. I'll use my macro lens. It doesn't work with this setup. And I even tried it where I ran the 2X first, and I did the reverse 2X, the spacer tube, and the 1.4. It wouldn't allow me to focus or mess with it. So it literally has to go in this order. It literally has to go, the 1.4, then the extension, then 2 times, and then 100 and one the 400 millimeter. It has to go that way, which is fine. But it does pull things in tight. You need a lot of light. You're not going to shoot an hour before dark or an hour before in the early mornings with this. You're just too dark on everything. But, if you're willing to play with your camera settings and take your time, you're going to get some shots. If you're completely new, I wouldn't suggest this. I mean, go look at my first video. I made a lot of mistakes. But it took a lot of messing around to get things, I think, right the way it looks now. The moon looks pretty good in the photos I took. So I'm going to get them down in my editing program and I'll put them in. You can check them out at the end of this video and see how it all looks. And if you want to set up your Canon EOS R into, you know, a 50 ISO if you want, I'll have a link there. You can go check that out too. But yeah, it works pretty good. Get yourself lots of light and I think you're good to go. I can't imagine when they bring out the RF lens to connect to this camera. Can you imagine when they bring out the teleconverters for that? I mean, that would be quite interesting. More money. More money. Canon's making a lot of money off me. Alright, here's a better video, better photos of all the extension tubes. And a lot of guys ask me questions about how you put all this together and how the pictures would look. Oh, there you go. Check it out if you want. And if you want to go pick up the 2X, go pick up the 1.4, add it to 1/400, and you're off and running. Anyhow, catch you guys on the next one and see what else I get myself into. Catch you guys later.